Welcome to the Lady NightHawk show. Well, we talk about hot topics, and we have all kinds of people that come on, and we're trying to put some joy in your life, okay? Because for 2 years, we're still facing COVID, and then people that keep on trying to put themselves in denial about COVID. But we still, you know, in that COVID situation, and I think that we're dealing with the flu and the cold, okay? And they turn into other stuff. So this year has been a little different, but we wanted to make sure that we brought back the variety that we used to do. So that's why we have different people, you know, coming back in. And we're not going to stop ever giving you information, okay? As information comes to us, we're going to always make sure that at the top of the show that we're going to give you that information if it's something new that we need to know about. So we're always going to let you know what's going on, and then we'll move on, and we'll let the people introduce themselves. Now, you say I have a mask on tonight, and I got a coat on, right? Mm-hmm. So I know y'all think I'm in an off pole, but I'm not. But my good friend that has been here now, she is now another one of my co-hosts. So tonight, I'm going to let her kind of guide us through, you know, navigate, you know, what it is that we're going to talk to, so she can introduce our guests to you. Okay.
So we've got a wonderful array of guests tonight, and the first one is
you.
It's me,
the co-host.
Well, we're going to talk about a variety of things: hair and Livgar Theater, which I was able to talk about a few weeks ago. But we have now the director of Livgar Theater, and I would like for.
But I want you to tell them who you are.
I'm Micah Chevalier.
All right then. How about that?
Singer, songwriter, actress, performance coach, and yeah. And I've, you know, for the past several years, off and on, I've been involved with the Livgar Theater on several different projects, and we have some stuff coming up. And now that I've introduced myself, I would love to introduce Dr. Wanda Whiteside.
Yes.
Tell us just a little bit about you.
Well, I am the artistic producer for Livgar Theater, and we are in residence at the Silver Spring Black Box Theater, and we are about to produce some wonderful programming, so I'm excited to tell you more about it.
I'm excited for that too. And also going to be part of the festivities next week is Eli L. And how about you tell us a little bit about you as well?
I'm Eli L. I'm a stage and film actor, as well as I've done some directing, writing, producing. I am also the artistic director of another small film company called Portraits of Faith.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's who I am.
Oh, I'm glad you're here tonight too. We'll get to some more things later on. And Miss Milan J, hair resolutionist.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, as
Tell
you
us a little
stated,
bit
I'm a
about
hair resolutionist. We were talking about the title, so for those who don't know what that is, I resolve the issue. So, natural hair specialist. I'm a local owner in the area. I'm in the Bowie Town Center, 36 years under my belt. I'm also a senior cosmetologist and also an author. Recently featured on Fox 5. So you name it, I've been in the game doing it.
All right.
And you telling stories about 36 years. You ain't that old. I tell her that all the time.
People don't believe me either.
Y'all like that old. I mean, she's the same way. She's telling them stories about, oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, I was da-da-da.
Nah, I didn't say I was legal 36 years,
no,
but I've been in the game.
I like that.
I've been in the game 36 years, and I started when I was 14.
Well, here's the thing, that a lot of us, you know, started in the kitchen. Okay, in our homes, because we didn't know. I mean, what's the lady, the black hair person?
C.J. Walker.
C.J. Walker.
That's right. You know, she put us on the map, right? And so this is Black History Month. Glad you said that. Glad you said it, because this is Black History Month. What's her name again?
C.J. Walker.
That's right. And so, you know, we've been doing hair in the kitchen for a long time. You know what I mean? And she created products too, correct?
Yeah, she did. She did. I started braiding in my, actually I started watching girls do hair in the 9th floor bathroom in my high school. So I used to go to fashion high school, and course cutting class, and each bathroom stall, they were in there braiding, and I was just fascinated that they'll take someone hair like this short and come out with all these amazing braids, and I would just watch. And that's how I learned. I just watched. Then 2 weeks later, I told my girlfriend, let me come, I think I could braid your hair. And that's how I started, and then I got my little loose leaf notebook, and I ripped up some pages, put the house number down, took a Polaroid picture of that one hairstyle that I did, different angles, and then I was going on the neighborhood, and I was telling people the box braids at the time, full box braids was $100, and I was charging $40.
Hey,
So
girl,
I
don't
was
be
standing
talking
at the
about how much
bus.
money you talking about you spending.
That's a lot.
Nah, leave alone.
Undercutting the prices.
But that's what it was. I mean, I had to. I was out there trying to get it. I mean, I knew that I had to cut the. I mean, you know, I had to come in low.
She and Allison need to meet. True entrepreneur.
Oh, that's all I knew. That's all I know. It's in my file.
And you got to meet on Audrey because she's the promoter in the family.
And she's the mother of the other entrepreneur.
Okay, well, I'm definitely down. But that's how I got started.
Oh, okay.
And then my mom let me go ahead and do hair at the house, and before I knew it, I was keeping $200 in my pocket at the age of 14. I just liked that grind.
But I'm glad it was
And by
hair.
the time I turned 19, I opened my first salon. By the time I was 23, I had my third.
Praise God. And that ain't nobody but a walk with God.
That's nothing but God.
You know, really. You know, because there's a whole lot of other things that you could have been doing out there, but you were doing something that was productive and was lucrative and made you the person that you are today.
Absolutely.
And that's a blessing because I had a long conversation with you, and I was very blessed by that conversation that I had with you.
Absolutely. I was too.
Yeah.
I was too.
And so, okay, can you beat that?
No.
We don't want to beat it.
Can't beat that
I'm just
at all.
saying, I ain't asked you.
I just lean into it and be like, that's wonderful.
I know, that's why I said that. That's why I said, because you leaned into it like, yeah.
That's amazing. That's all I got.
I'm sure you've done amazing things to bring to the table.
He has,
Just
because
different
she told all about him before he was supposed to be here, okay? So, I mean,
being
go on, don't be
modest.
trying to fake us out, you know. Go ahead and tell us.
Actually, tell us about how we met.
Okay, we met actually on this project some years ago. It's been a lot of years ago. We was called All the Man I
All the
Need.
Man I
years. Tell him he don't have to say no more about a lot of years.
You're right, that's what I said, all about.
Well, I'm there too.
So he ain't got to keep it. He said years. Then
I'm
he
there
said a
too.
lot of years.
And the thing about
he
it,
ain't got to go through a
Micah
lot
still looks
of
the same.
years. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, that's
She looks the
good.
exact same that she did when we did that all those years ago. We actually did a stage play where she was actually
Yes.
written into the play because she was so fabulous of a singer that they wrote her into the play so that she can do her part.
Yeah.
And we performed that at the Atlas
At the-
Theater.
yeah, that was at the
that
Atlas
was a while
Theater.
back. We did that at the Atlas Theater, and then we ended up making that. Michael McCorkle, he made that into an actual film, an independent film that's actually out there now. Still,
Yep.
I think I saw it on last time I saw it was on Peacock.
And while I'm not in the film, my music is in the film.
We got to do something about that.
Yeah, no, but my music is in the film. So
But
I'm
I don't
good.
care, but we need to do something about that because if you got written into a play, you're supposed to be getting written into the musical.
And a lot of times when I look back on those types of journeys, and that was one of the first film features that I've ever filmed as a director, and sometimes I look at that and I'm like, oh man, I should have did this, should have did this. But just the thing is, you see the growth that you've had over the years. So I really appreciate the opportunity that I had to actually do that because it put me in a different mindset as far as filmmaking. And you can see where I've come a long way with that in terms of filmmaking because I've done a couple of shorts now and working on actually another feature that's coming up soon. But that was a lot of fun, and seeing Micah today, I was like, oh, Micah.
I know. We had the biggest hug outside. It was wonderful.
But she
so
does
good to
that
see
to
him.
everybody. Everybody that meets
She said, I'm a
her,
hugger.
it's
I said,
just
that's
something
so
about
nice
her spirit that, you
It just
know,
wasn't the
when
same
you
as
meet her.
our hug, though.
Oh, wait, that wasn't. I'm not
You know,
hearing the hug. But you know what?
because-
For a sister just to hug another sister, it was warm.
know.
It was very welcoming.
Don't be judgmental.
Unnecessarily jealous.
I'm loving this though. I'm loving it.
I know that's you know. So that's very, very exciting to have you on the show because I heard so much about you before I met you. That she did so much about both of you before I even met you. And so when she was able to how that worked out,
That was God.
Yeah. Well, you know, everything I do with her is God. Okay. I mean, God just God just put people in people's circles.
Falls into place.
You know, and that's why we did the church there last time. Okay. So we try to get them all in, right? So she's been on every show.
Yep.
Okay.
She had me conducting prayer last time.
Yep. So sure did.
I think she was easing me into this.
Yes, I was. Because she didn't know until the other night. Well, you know you're going to co-host this show, right? Because I got this mask on my face, right? She said, oh, okay. I know she could do it because she's a woman of many talents. And whatever she does it gracefully. She's not braggadocious, you know what I mean? And what I can say about her is that she always includes the people that she's been around. I mean, I don't care what facet. She didn't know I was going to say this, but I don't care what facet it is because she does so many different things. That's what's so amazing about her.
Generous.
Oh yes,
so generous.
yes she is, and it's her family though. You know, I mean, it's just a family, and they just. I mean, I just say they walk with God. You understand what I'm saying? Because it's the whole family. I mean, I thought my family was talented, but every time I turn around, they pull somebody else out the hat for me, you know. So I appreciate you, and I just want to tell you
Thank
for
you.
Black History Month, I
appreciate you
take
too.
my hat off to you as a woman of God and a woman of many talents that God has given to you. I want to thank you that God has graced you for Black History Month to be here with us today because he's been graced you in many ways. God just put this in my spirit. I want to grace you because God has given you many talents that we've heard about, and he's going to continue to bless you, and I thank you for being here for Black History Month, and you didn't know that, and I didn't know that either. Okay, and I want to thank God for you as well, for us to have that conversation that moved us into putting you into this circle of all these people that are so talented, and I just want to thank God for all of you, and I thank God for being able to see us. We haven't had this many people on my show in a while.
We
Okay?
haven't.
No, we haven't, and that's only because of COVID, and we were trying to keep everybody safe. You understand what I'm saying? So we were still trying to keep our numbers low. So this is the first for us in a long time to have this many people in one room. Okay, and so I know that was nobody with God to telling us now it's time that we can move on. You know what I mean? Because we used to have like 8 people in here. Okay, I had a 15-piece band in here one time when I first started out, and we had curtains. Okay, that's how long I've been around. Okay, but and they call Area 301. Thank you guys, and you know I've had filmmakers in here too. You know that have made. I mean, it's been book writers. I mean, everything. Tom caught me recently. It was a lady that came in here and wrote a book, and we was on the church show. She prayed. We talked. She started talking about that book. He ain't never seen me boo-hoo on set.
Oh my God.
All of a sudden, I stopped boo-hooing on set. And I said, I hope Tom ain't doing this, you know, got me on camera, because I wasn't. She started boo-hooing on set, and we were just boo-hooing, okay? And so, you know, God moved us away from that, but it was a very emotional moment that I've never in 15 years sat up on this show and cried about anything. And so I said that I know that he's moving us to another level, you know what I mean, with meeting people, presenting people, and making people eligible to do things. And it is an honor that we have all of these talented Black people doing Black History Month. Which upsets me is that it's the shortest month of the year.
Do we got one more day this year?
Yep.
Well, that's okay. But it's still,
How many times does that roll around?
but it's still short though. It's still short.
Still short.
But you know what? God put in my spirit that every month is Black History Month.
That's
right.
So that's what man put on it. But he said, but we are good people. We are gifted, wonderful people. And that every month is Black History Month. If we look at it that way, we can all prosper.
Yes.
Okay. And I just thank y'all for being here. And I thank God that God allowed us for this day before the end of the month to have a Black man on set with us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and having, you know, these Black women that are on here with us, and all of y'all are historians. You know,
Thank you.
for real. What y'all do, it's historic. You know, and somebody needs to honor you. You understand? So I honor you all today.
thank you.
Okay?
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
And so I mean that from the bottom
I mean,
of my heart.
I just want to say thank you so much, Paula. I mean, just listening to you and hear you tell some of your stories about when you had your guest here, and it's just so inspiring. And you're gonna make me
Oh, we ain't
cry.
crying tonight now. We ain't crying tonight. We're not crying tonight. We ain't crying.
But I just want
Tom
you
got
to
me
know
once.
when you talk about feeling God and how He's brought us here together, and it really is very, very special to
Yeah.
know that you have that feeling for us and for me, and I just am so appreciative. And
But see, God let me know you before you walk through the door through her. You let me know you before then. Before that, He let me know you so that I could bring you into this circle. You know, He has purpose for all of us. And it's a good work out there for them to do. And it's a good work for people to see that we are talented people, okay? That we have so many things that we're able to do and nobody recognizes. You understand? And so that's been my whole project. It's not a project, but that's what God laid in my heart when I did Let's Talk with Paula the very first time. And that's what it was about, bringing people together. I don't charge people to come on this show, but you can take this show and show it someplace else. You understand? You can put it on your social media. And I want to ask you while I'm on the air, is it okay for me to put you on YouTube?
Absolutely.
Is it okay for me to
Yes.
put you on TikTok?
Absolutely.
Okay. Is it okay for me to put you on any media that I have?
Absolutely. Any
I just want to
handle.
make sure, and TV as well. And then when we get on radio, we're gonna get on radio.
thank you.
We're gonna get back on radio, okay?
Thank
Stream radio, okay. All right. But I just had to say, I'm sorry, I had to do this. It's ain't the church show, I know. I'm sorry, I'm sorry,
I love you
host.
for that,
I'm
though.
sorry, host. I'm sorry, host. I'm sorry.
So,
I took your time.
but you know what? I want to talk about Dr. Whiteside and the Live Guard Theater. And thank you, by the way. So she donned us with Mardi Gras beads.
Yes.
And
Yes.
yes.
Thank you. Yes.
And you said I had my
For next
cowboy.
week's
Took my
festivities.
fashion
It's carnival
Oh
time.
yes, but she
From
knew
Milan.
that the Cowboys was my team.
There you
But
go.
he had some blue beads. I'm sorry.
He's all right until
There
he
you
stops.
go.
I see. I just had to point that out. I got some blue beads. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. And you got red and blue. They're rivals.
Red and blue.
Those are rival teams.
Well, but red is love.
I know, but that the combination that you got on the Cowboys and the Commanders, they rival teams.
Yeah, I don't get in the middle of that.
Oh, okay.
Because,
All right.
yeah.
That's all right.
It's on the low, like, you know, the majority of my family is Cowboys.
Oh, most of my family, all my family is Commanders. Ain't that something?
That's funny.
You know, they are Commanders. I got
Oh.
Redskins stuff when they were called Redskins. I had a husband that turned me on to the
Oh,
Cowboys.
wow. My mother and my sister will fight you over the Cowboys.
Girl, I
Yeah,
will.
so,
Okay.
but anyway.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you
appreciate it.
so much.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm mad about?
What?
She ain't bring us them masks. Look at that mask she got there. It's beautiful.
Well, I have lots of them. I would certainly
This
bring
is
you one.
this is a Mardi Gras.
Now you're trying to make me feel bad. Like I'm bagging. I am.
Oh, and I forgot I
said
got
I
a
am.
microphone for you.
So you slid it on the low. Damn.
I'm bagging. I am. Yeah, I'm bagging. I'm bagging. Okay, go ahead now. 'cause
So
you think
yeah,
that I-
talk about what's going on next week.
Okay, well, Live Gara Theater. We exist to tell the African American story. So for Black History Month, we are going to host Micah Chevalier.
Oh, yes, Miss Chevalier.
For our jazz night, our Mardi Gras Carnival.
Okay.
And that's Tuesday. Fat Tuesday is the 13th at 8 o'clock at the Silver Spring Black Box.
Okay.
And then our centerpiece event is A Thirst for Freedom, written by Chris Gardner.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Eli is in that one-man show. And that's a piece about, it's post-Civil War. So it's a story of one man, Abraham Williams. He's going to bring him to life, his soul, his spirit, our ancestors, and talk about what it was like for the African American to live during that time, during Jim Crow.
And that's a gift because to do a one-man show, that ain't nobody but God.
It's a challenge. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it, because it was going to be a challenge for me to do a one-man show. But it was a good story to tell, and I'm excited to do it, and I'm looking forward. I hope everybody comes out to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to
and
seeing
which
that.
night is that now?
It's Friday evening on the 16th, and then we've got 2 shows on Saturday, the 17th, one at 3, one at 8, and then Sunday we have a matinee at 3. But our Saturday evening show is a fundraiser. It's a reception, so come on out.
And
so
there's
do you
only
have a
4
website?
shows.
It's
Only 4
4.
shows.
It's
so-
only 4 shows.
Yeah.
So you have a website, because we can't talk about money, but they could get more information. I'm trying to send them where do you want them
absolutely. If you want to get tickets, go to livegaratheater.org. That's LIVEGARRA, theater, THEATRE.org. And Gara is Portuguese
to go. Okay.
for persevere, to never give up, to go the distance like Abraham Williams does in A Thirst for Freedom. So, and that's a reading that we did a few months ago called Comfort Food. We're an incubator. We host various
that.
playwrights. That was we did Soul to Soul: What Makes a Poet Breathe. And there's a piece that I did called Nempantla Place. She's a woman who lives on the corner of Nempantla Place, and she talks to the passerbys and talks about what it means to live in between time, in between living on the street and living in reality in the world. And these are some students of mine. I teach at Montgomery College acting. These are my students. They were in the reading Comfort Food. So we had a ball. It was great. It was great. So, and this is a good show that's coming up called The Window King. It's the making of a musical, and as I sometimes call it, the making of a miracle, which I kind of said by accident. I thought I was saying musical, but miracle came out, and I knew that was God.
That's right.
Because that's what it's going to be.
Ain't nobody but God.
Nobody but God, the making of a miracle. So we're also going to have a dancer showcase on Tuesday at our Mardi Gras celebration of the Window King dancers, a choreography, because I'm sort of piecing it all
So
together.
it kind of make you feel like you're at the Mardi Gras.
Yeah, absolutely. We're
Put you
going
in
to
that
have
spirit.
masks and beads and
Yeah.
the whole bit. I'm going
Yeah.
to have everything, everything.
Yeah.
Just
So,
come out
yeah.
and have some fun, have a good
Yeah.
time.
I'm glad you invited us. you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely.
And so we have half of your cast is sitting right here.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. I'm flanked.
I am actually
I'm
in the
flanked by my
production.
cast. Absolutely. Our musical director is Eric Harrell.
Yeah.
He's going to be playing our music for us, so it's going to be fun. We're going to have such a great time.
And I'm so glad that y'all are here. I do. And I'm so glad that, see, I hadn't even thought about the mix that we had here today for Black History Month. And I'm just glad that, like you said to me earlier, it was the perfect time.
That's right.
Okay,
It was meant
right
to
on
be.
point, you know, for you to be here before next
Right,
week. you know.
right before
See,
the
God
show.
don't make mistakes. We
That's-
do. If we follow His instincts, He will guide us every step of the way.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And so we put that on a tentative note, right?
Yeah,
But we had claimed that it was going to happen.
That's right.
And it did.
That's
okay?
right.
And then I told her too. Okay, she was on a tentative, right?
It was. I was like, this is perfect timing.
You know, so it was like, and it was perfect. It's perfect timing for Black History Month, and I'm glad that we're able to, you know, observe it at this point, and to have look, we have a man in the studio with all these women, you know,
No.
because y'all are great, you know, men, you know, Black men are great, and there's so many Black men out there that we don't realize that they're so talented because we don't have an opportunity. Like I said, I know bands and stuff. Okay, I know boxers. Okay, I know bands. I know basketball players. Okay, I know. My son is now coaching basketball, yeah.
Oh.
So I mean, you know, so I mean, it's just great to know that, you know, and then like we've had book writers and theater writers, you know, movie directors and stuff, and I didn't even think about asking them. So God put you here for purpose today, to let us remember that we have strong Black men that are out there that have just as much talent as all these women sitting in this room
Yeah.
right here.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You know, so I salute you.
Yeah, Elle is phenomenal. He is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But she spoke about him before he came.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm talking like I know. Look, that's why I said like I'm talking about you like I know you, okay? but I know that you've done great things as well. And she talked about you, you know, and she took your place that day. That you know, she had it was more pictures than that girl that she was talking about, and she would tell you who the characters were. She did a fantastic job. That's why I knew she was gonna be all right. Today. And then this is the first time I've ever met you in person. But God let us talk so that our spirit knew each other. And you know, and he knew where to place you and where to put you instead of let you come on by yourself. You know what I mean? So I mean, I don't have no problem with you doing that, okay? I don't. I mean, I'm just telling you, I don't. And I don't have any problem with any one of you coming back, you know, really. But this was Audrey's thing. It was really on Audrey. Audrey, yes, you did it again. And, you know, God works with us. And you see, I don't use script. None of us in here have script. I rely on the Almighty to guide and direct it. And this is a different show than the first one we had in. Okay, so what can I say? You talking about Miracle, that's what it's called. What was the name of that show again?
The Window King.
Yeah, okay.
A Brooklyn Village songbook.
Okay.
The Making of a Musical.
Okay.
Or
A miracle. Because what is the stories about? Tell us a little bit what the story is about. Because then they'll see it's a making of a miracle.
It is. It really is. It's a wonderful story. It's about a couple who decide because of their careers that they don't want to bring a young baby into the world, and they decide to have an abortion. And the girlfriend wakes up the next morning and sees this image on the window of the Mother Mary holding the baby Jesus. And she, of course, swears that she's being punished for her decision. Her boyfriend, who is there in the scene there, he says it's a smudge, you know. And the neighborhood folks are just enamored by this. They're just mesmerized by this image, and they all want to come and they want to pray to the Window King. Please let me in to pray. And that's when it occurred to me that why don't we invite the neighborhood in and make it into a musical? There's something that's greater than ourselves. So that's kind of the theme of the story. And everyone comes in. I have a young boy, his name is Case. He comes and he prays to the Window King so that a man doesn't come into his school and shoots them. So when they do the active shooter drills, please keep them safe in my school. And then there's another couple who comes to pray who want to have a baby because they can't. So I bring in all the neighborhood facets. The Namaste Cafe is a restaurant of an Indian family who welcomes everyone in. There they are. That's the Namaste Cafe. They welcome all the neighbors into the neighborhood. So it's a Brooklyn Village songbook. And
it's like every night I be boo-hooing when I go out of there. I mean, it's like every story.
When we did the showcase with Case, the little boy, he was about 8 or 9. It was unbelievable. I mean, the audience they were transfixed by him. He was so cute, and he just prayed from his heart. And he said, please don't let them come and shoot us and hurt us. And it was in a dry eye. Right. It was just wonderful.
I believe it.
It's one of those plays that will make you cry and laugh, and I mean, they're just moments throughout the work that just kind of. So when you walk out, you're like, okay, I just went through a whole gamut of emotions.
And the playwright, his name is Bless Jujaha, it's a straight play. We did it as a straight play first, and that's when I realized we could do it as a musical. And he's just been so wonderful and just so generous with, I was like, I want to have all these characters orbit around your main characters, and we can make these stories come to life and have dancers. And he said,
yeah, let's do it.
So he's all on board. It's God.
And that's what happened. Just like you told us earlier that there is no other person out here called. Okay, we got 10 seconds. So there is no other person out here called what you were called, and you called the what?
Resolutionist. Natural
resolution.
resolution.
I just had to say that.
That's
You
okay.
So we want to say good night.
Good night.